Hello everybody, I am in line for an oil change right now, but I haven't uploaded in over a week on this channel, so I just want to give you guys a little update. So I was just at a video conference. It was called Vid Summit. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't, but it's a conference for people who want to make YouTube videos. Bottom line, that's it. And the reason I'm making a video is because I just really want to talk about this thing that happened there that I thought was pretty incredible. So I was a little nervous to go to this thing. I've never been to a conference anywhere. I live in the Midwest, and this was in a big city. This was in Dallas, if you look it up. And so I'm in, Dallas for the first time. I'm surrounded by tons of people. It's a big city. I was very, very, very nervous. But something I want to do is make YouTube videos, right? I want to go to this thing to see if this would be possibly something I would want to do. So, I booked a ticket a month in advance. I did everything, and set it all up and whatever. And I'll be honest, as the days ticked down, I really didn't want to go. As much as it seems I'm a very extroverted person, I'm really not. I'm very introverted, and I don't. This is where I'm going. This is where I'm going with the video. Later on, this is important. Remember this. So, people scare me. Okay, people scare me a little bit, but basically, it was a couple days, this happened last week, by the way, a couple days before the event, I was really regretting, going. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to go, like, they're just going to say the same stuff, other than that, this guy's telling me to move over here, so, give me 1 second, guys, I'm going to move to this spot, and then hopefully, hopefully it should be real. Anyways, that was a big distraction. Anyways, so it was a couple days before, and like I said, I'm just like, oh, I don't want to go. I don't want to do this, But anyway, so I go. So I drive, to the airport. I fly there. I get the hotel. Blah blah blah. And it was the first day that it started. You check in at like 4. And I got there super early, so I got to Dallas at like 10 because I like being early, but apparently I was a little too early. And I'll tell you this story, and then I'll bring it home towards the end. But so I get to Dallas, and I'm I check in at the hotel. Some other stuff happened, but I'll save that for another time if you guys want to hear it. Anyways, so I check into the hotel, and I'm like extremely nervous for some reason. Like I'm extremely nervous. And I'm like, why am I so nervous? It's like, and it's like, I'm in a new city by myself. Like, I don't know what's going on, right? And this check-in for the Vid Summit, I stayed at a hotel near it, and it's like, it started at 4, and I get to the hotel at 4, but I don't go to the check-in. I'm like delaying it. I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't want to go, like I don't know anyone, I don't know what I'm doing, like it's just extremely nervous, which is kind of irrational for me a little bit. And I'm gonna try to make this quick because I think this guy might be done soon. So anyways, I'm like delaying it. I'm at the hotel, but the conference just started for check-in and everything, and I'm like, okay, why am I nervous? I think it's, and I boiled it down to a couple things, and this is something maybe you can take away from this video. I was nervous because, first of all, I think about YouTube all the time. I love talking about it. I love talking about the data, and I watch it all the time. Like, I have no other hobbies besides YouTube, which is kind of strange if you think about it. But I was nervous because I never talked about what I'm interested in, so YouTube, with other people ever in my entire life. And if I did try to talk about it with somebody else, they didn't really care. Because like I said, I live in like a small town, sort of. So it's like nobody really cares. And I kind of have like an irrational fear of talking about myself. I'm very introverted, so if I talk to someone, I'll ask them about themselves the whole conversation. I try to not talk about myself, and maybe some people can relate, but I was just so afraid to I didn't know. And talking with everyday people, it's like, I don't want to share about myself. Like, I'm very, like, like, oh, how are you? Oh, what's about that? Oh, you like cars? Oh, tell me about your car. You know, like, I'll just go on and on and on. And I am genuinely interested in the other person, but it's kind of like a self-defense mechanism a little bit, because I don't like sharing about myself. And I don't know where that irrational fear comes from. But so I was scared at the hotel. And I didn't want to go to the Vid Summit. And then finally, I'm like, well, I have to go. I'm in Dallas. I flew all the way here just to be at this conference, so I have to go. You know, I can't be scared forever. And so I get on the train and I go to Vid Summit, and the line is super long. If anyone is watching this who went there, the line was so long. It took like an hour, which isn't that long. But anyways, that's besides the point. So I get in the line and I just start talking to the person behind me and the person in front of me. And, you know, just talking, doing things, doing whatever. And then they're like, oh, so, you know, what do you do? Like, why are you here? And for a second there, I'm like, I'd never really tell anyone that I make videos or anything, because maybe I'm afraid that people make fun of me. I don't know. But I just had it all in my head, and then I just let it all go. I'm like, you know what? I'm at Vid Summit. I'm at a place where people talk about this stuff. I'm like, so I told them, I'm like, I do YouTube, I make videos, I have a small channel, you know, and they're like, wow, that's, you know, and they wanted to talk about it. They wanted to talk about it with me. And to make a very long story short, the next couple days, I talked to so many people, like 30 plus people, I would say, one-on-one conversations, and everyone they just wanted to talk about YouTube. It was, I'll be honest, last week was honestly one of the greatest weeks of my very short 20-year-old life. Like, honestly, it might have been the happiest couple days I've ever had in my entire life, because I could just be me. I could talk about what I wanted to talk about and not be judged by other people. Like, everyone was so nice. And, you know, to wrap this whole video together a little bit, every day we wear masks in public. You know, we don't want to, everyone's a stranger to us, or maybe our coworkers or our friends, and we have things about us we want to share, we want to talk about, but we know it's not beneficial for the other person. And the fact that I was around people like me, people who were interested in my interest, and I could talk about it freely and openly, it was honestly one of the greatest reliefs of my life. It was like a big giant, a weight was just off my shoulders. And it was one of the best couple days of my life so far. Like, honestly, I could just be myself, be 100% me, and people didn't care. You know, I didn't have to filter myself or see, oh, are they judging me, or think about, oh, wait. It was honestly one of the greatest weeks of my life so far. I know I just said that, but I just wanted to bring up this story because it kind of changed my life a little bit. Like, just maybe I should just be me. You know what I mean? Maybe I shouldn't just try to be someone else and try to do other things. I don't know how to articulate this properly, but every day it feels like I'm just wearing a mask, you know, wearing just a fake me, and the real me hasn't really come out at all. So it feels like that last week was one of the first weeks of my life that I was actually myself. That's what this video can boil down to. So I don't know if anyone else can relate to this, but I thought this was just so interesting to share. And also, I haven't uploaded in a while, and I have free time, so I'm just sitting in the you know, the oil change place. And I know this channel is called Delivery Driver Diary, so I might deliver tonight if it's busy, but maybe I'll make another video, because I like doing this. I like talking to the camera. But yeah, I hope someone can relate to this and it really spoke to you, because it really did for me. So all right, I'll see you guys in the next one.